Welcome everyone for another screen review between two top teams. We do have Villains against Deja Vu, and I selected that game because I thought it was very educational, very interesting. It showed that kills are only the beginning, and then you need to convert that into a tangible advantage, maybe an objective or structures on the map. And here we are going to see that on multiple occasions, one team managed to get the kills, but they didn't manage to convert it into something, and so that opened some windows of opportunity for the enemy team to get into that game. And so let's just watch it. So let's jump into that game. So we do have Villains versus Deja Vu. Villains on the Dawn side, Deja Vu on the Dusk side. In Villains we do have Lobber, Happy Picker, Bright, Toasty, and Laconator. I think Laconator is subbing. Yesterday night Laconator was subbing for multiple team, or yesterday afternoon, I guess in NA it wasn't the night. Usually it's supposed to be Violence, or people know him under the name of Proficiency. And on the opposite team, on the Dusk side for Deja Vu, we do have Jake, Wusi, Simba, Mercy, and BKB, which is the full roster. In terms of team comp, we do have the classical Decker Drongo lane, very strong aggressive lane, probably. You have like, what's make this lane so good is just like with the Decker plus the Drongo, you have complete control of the lane and you can decide if you want to fight or not. It's very easy to crash, very easy to apply pressure. You can get pressure at level 1, you can get pressure at level 2, you can get pressure whenever you want basically. Strong team fighting at level 6 because the wombo combo from like the Drongo with the Decker can kill like the carry with ease. And so that's a lane that a lot of team are, if they want insurance on the dual lane, it's played a lot. They're gonna face a Rictor Twin Blast lane. To be fair, this lane takes a little bit of time to scale. Even if you hook earlier, the Twin Blast doesn't have the damage to match the Drongo's damage, and the Decker can disengage pretty easily. And also, like with the Cage stun slow, you can disengage against the Rictor. So I would expect the domination to be early on the side of Villains from that dual lane. But at level 6, we get some opportunity to maybe make some stuff happen. We do have the Bellica into the Iggy and Scorch. Iggy and Scorch very strong at pushing, poking, and all of that. We do have the Kalari in the jungle for the side of Villains, which basically is going to focus probably on, like, she can actually gank anywhere. She's pretty strong at ganking anywhere because the Bellica is quite squishy. Can get burst super fast in the dual lane. Twin Blast or Rictor with like that strong of a dual lane can be like target. And even a Greystone against a Kalari early on until you get the ultimate, it's not that complicated to gank. We do have the Steel in the offlane to have some insurance of having a strong front line, and which is actually important to be able to fight in team fights, otherwise it will be complicated. While on the other side we have the double bruiser that Deja Vu loves to pull with like the Greystone and the Zarus. Usually they prefer the Chimera or the Rampage, but I guess maybe those options were removed because we don't see neither Chimera nor Rampage. And with the double Warrior Crest, which maybe go for like the double Phoenix, which is kind of like a signature of what Deja Vu loves to do. And they have like two divers, and in the backline they still have a Rictor and a Bellica to peel for the backline. So I think it can work, but they need to really keep this Rictor on peeling duty, because otherwise this Kalari will just enjoy a little bit too much the backline. So let's see what is happening in the game. And we are gonna see, we have people apparently not grouping as 5, so not really looking for an early invade pre-minion spawn. We do have already the Guardian Crest on Toasty, so we're looking for a Riftwalker or a Leaf Song. Could be like a 2 option. I don't really see Sanctification in that situation. I think it's a more... like you can go for the backline, like the Bellica Rictor backline with a counter engage, that can be nice. You can also like try to peel for the Zarus and the Greystone. So I think Riftwalker is a good option in that situation, but you can also like simply use the Leaf Song to run fast, disengage or engage on the enemy team.
Minions are spawning.
Even though I have a slight preference for Riftwalker. We do get the Codex immediately, so no Dynamo, no X-Bound Bracer. We're going for something else. Could be like a first Tainted Scepter to counter the Zarus and the Greystone. Could also be like a Time Warp or something like that. We'll see. So both junglers are starting at the red buff. Toasty, as usual, love this position with the Decker. Like Connector is playing like offensively, so every time they can like actually tread, and Toasty is free to go for some auto attacks without losing health, because then you can immediately reset the aggro, because when you're behind like that, like when you're on the stone part, the aggro of the minion got cancelled. I do have to be careful here because they need to use probably... They could have lost the level 2 here. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be the case. Well, they couldn't lose the level 2 because Old Rusty is that strong, but I feel like there was like 1 minion up, and so here they could have sacrificed a little bit of health on the side of Goosey and getting like the vaporize through all the minions, and suddenly like for instance you could have gone and you can maybe like fight for the level 2, but they decide to not open at all for it. Like I said, Decker jungle lane is very hard, and the wave is gonna crash closer to them, so they can still not look for something, because the level 2 of Drongo is still like pretty strong with the right rounds, but the All Rusty is 2 very strong damaging ability. And here they're just dragging the wave back so they can like farm safely. We had Zarus that they ward. We have the Kalari that is looking for the Greystone. And okay, we got double flash. So the flash is gone on Greystone, but we lose the flash of the Kalari. To be fair, I think kind of an even trade here. It's just that now Lobber has a window to be able to make something aggressive. And unfortunately on the duo lane, I guess we try to go for a hook, but we're still like not strong enough to fight them. Or I don't know. Yeah, we go for a hook, but we're not strong enough to fight them.
You're not going anywhere.
Yeah. So you have to be careful though. Zarus is not around. He has done like to try to counter Happy Picker going to invade into the jungle. And at least like Jay is very well into his situation because he didn't get any damage, but that's a first blood on Leconator. And that's what I said, like here, even at level 2 against Drongo Decker, even if you get the hook, it's pretty complicated. Like you still don't have the matchup, and that's something that I feel like Richter kind of failed to understand currently. Is a lot of Richter really believe that if you hook, that's a free trade, but it's not. It's actually not. It depends on a lot of parameters, and here got punished. Here we have Happy Picker fighting. He gets the steel buff, but he wasn't expecting Mercy to be there. No flash, and that's a kill on BKB. Problem is like wave will need to be crushed. We got the rotation of Simba as well. What? Okay, BKB was appearing in the middle lane. I don't know how that happened, but okay. I think it was like a spectator bug.
Allied tower under attack.
And so we managed to get a 1-for-1 trade. Rotation from Simba was a little bit too much, but I don't think he loses anything. So if you can go free for the rotation, just go for it. Look at Bry against him. It's even on terms of CS, so he didn't lose anything for that rotation. So perfect. We see that we managed to get the gold buff on the Dusk side for the side of Deja Vu for Goosey and Jay. While in the meantime we do have BKB invading and taking the 5 camp. He do has to be careful because like doing so costing a lot of health. And it's actually interesting, we go for the steel mail. Oh, maybe we're missing like 40 gold for Lobber to finish the Brimstone, or maybe it doesn't go Brimstone and just go Dynamo immediately. It should be interesting to see. And here you can see like the 5 camp, okay, you stole the 5 camp, but now you can't play the lane. So like Lobber can probably like, it's gonna slow push in the end, so it's fine, but it still like makes you into an awkward position, which means that Lobber is gonna get the level 6 first, and suddenly like it can be complicated to fight. We have Happy Picker looking at a gank on the dual lane, but Goosey and Jay are playing that very safe. They're not really looking for any aggression. We're gonna try to go for a stun on the Richter with the damage of the calorie, and it should be enough to pick up the kill. Very well executed, even with the stun missed. But now we have a counter engage from Mercy. Mercy doing a little bit for the calorie. I guess we still have the flash. No, flash has been used through to get the first blood, so no flash. We pick up the kill. Great counter gang by Mercy. And we had the E-gain sword rotating, so they're gonna stop that. But in the end, they lose the support for the carry. Post jungler rotation, and so that's Deja Vu slightly ahead from that trade. Especially since, like, if we look at the wave was actually like pushing for the Dawn team, and so that means that all this wave is gonna be lost for Lakenator and putting him even more behind Jay. And here we should just zone, like, don't even go for the hook. You have too much minion, you're gonna take a lot of damage. You can just freeze that a little bit more. Oops. And we're fully chilling. Here now we have to fight for the wave again. But yeah, if we look, like, Jay should be slightly ahead of Lakenator. Yeah, 7 CS is a level up. We try to go for a stun. The only problem is Guelsi is falling a little bit behind, so this level 6, I'm not so sure. Okay, nice hook, and Mercy is coming back once again. And now Lakenator died twice in a row. That's gonna be, like, hurtful for him and allow Jay to actually, like, start to step up forward in that game. We do have the Decker rotating, Toasty immediately rotating towards mid lane for Riva buff, because there is nothing to be found in dual lane when he's alone. And so that's something as a support you should be looking for, is like staying alone against the two enemy guys. You don't have anything to be found, so just take presence on the map until your carry is back, unless you can catch the wave, but here it's complicated against them. And here we have Happy Picker going for the gank on BKB, finding the kill. And so on this offlane it seems to be going well for villains, and the dual lane started well, but then good rotation from Mercy actually, like, shift the tide on the dual lane, and so Deja Vu is actually ahead when it comes to dual lane. Mid lane seems to be pretty even. Toasty finding, like, actually the cage onto Simba. Simba just walking away. I think he still has the flash. He didn't want to use it, which, if you don't have to, like, don't expand your flash on Belika, otherwise you become very, very vulnerable. So every time you manage to keep your flash up, it's very, very important on Belika. And here we can see Jay being level 6 already. We haven't finished the first item. Jay is... I haven't finished the Stormbreaker yet. And we're approaching the 8 minutes marks, which would mean that we're close to the 10-minute marks, which is usually where teams are starting to look at for objective and such. Tried to go for the stun on Jay. Jay was trying to hold that wave because the Decker was there slightly earlier. It wasn't possible. Grusi need to get, like, some levels and some because he's starting to be behind, and the level 6 on Rictor is actually, like, very important. Toasty doesn't have mana, so this dual lane is actually, like, slightly ahead. Mercy is coming back again. Lakenator finally getting the level 6, so I don't think they can find anything on Lakenator. And we get the flash out of Toasty for the ultimate of Mercy. And Goosey overstaying is welcome here. Like, even if the hook connect, like, here there is nothing. Like, Goosey played that very, very badly here. Like, here, after the flash, that's a disengage. Because, like, Jay is too far behind to fully follow that up. He want to go for the farm. He still tried to go for the hook, but here this hook, the only thing this hook is going to do is, like, force the shrapnel cannon. And... at best, it's just you force the shrapnel cannon from Lakenator and you have nothing else. At worst, you're dead as the Rictor in that situation. And here, like, Grusi step forward a little bit. He's gonna take, like, all his health. That was, like, the timing. Mercy is coming back to try to save that, but in the end, it's the whole life on Grusi on the timing that it's, like, potential, like, Fang Tooth, and now you can't fight with your Rictor, and it's also, like, the gold buff. I think here you just take the W that is, like, not even a W, but just take the trade of, like, the ultimate against the flash of Toasty. Toasty is low on mana, which means that you have priority because Toasty can't fight anymore. You have everyone that is healthy, everyone that have good mana. You can crush, you can get priority for the gold buff, you can get priority for the Fang Tooth if you want to try to play like that, which maybe, like, if Simba was getting priority in the mid lane. But here you lost all of that just because you overchased, basically. And now we have the... We were trying to bait, the barricade doesn't connect, and suddenly, like, you had the full pressure on the side of Deja Vu, and you lose everything because we overstayed our welcome. And so now we lose the gold buff. We can't, like, we're now in an uncomfortable position because, like, we need to reset on the dual lane and the wave is neutral. And so we're not gonna get, like, priority at all. And we lose a lot of tempo on the map.
Allied tower.
So I guess we're going Ella Frost first on Dober from the itemization we see. Happy Picker looking to keep farming. And so Dober is going to reset. It's a cannon wave. BKB taking 2 tower shot, trying to cancel the back, but now he's gonna force to have to use his ultimate. Oh, Happy Picker missed a double dagger. If one of the dagger connect here, the ultimate would have been forced and he wouldn't have taken that much damage. We got the rotation from Bry, but it's not gonna be enough, and in the end Happy Picker took a lot of damage. But Simba is here, getting the stun combo, and Bellica ultimate at level 1 on a full mana target does no damage. So survive Happy Picker with 18 HP. A little bit overzealous on the chase. To be fair, if nobody's collapsing, you can get there. And so here, once again, like we can see how like tempo can shift that fast in the game, because we do have like villains like BKB make kind of like questionable going under tower. In the end, we do get the gank from Happy Picker. The gank is not successful because we missed the double dagger. And so then we get counter engage, and suddenly we do lose the tempo to be able to go on the mini prime. But they had time to come back, and they managed to secure like the kill. So the mini prime is removed. If BKB died also, that's gonna be rough for them. They do have to be careful here, but they're gonna collapse with many people. In the meantime, on the dual lane, they also secure the kill, and they're gonna secure the kill on BKB. So in the end, 3 kills across the map for the mini prime, which and the mini prime being removed, which is actually like a little bit unfortunate. I'm a bit curious what happened on the dual lane, but we can see that Goosey being like very far behind, he still doesn't have his level 6 when Toasty does have his level 6, which actually makes it like a little bit complicated, and they can just go for a wombo combo. We missed the stun from Toasty, so no overchase as soon as the stun is missed. But here they step forward, so the cage can be used onto Jay. And then we go for a damage, get grenade, combo, and you're just dead, because that's the strength of a Decker jungle lane, and you don't have the ultimate from Richter to stop that from happening. Here, Toasty get pulled into the minion wave, good hook, but once again, no skewer, so you can't secure a kill. And like that's what this dual lane needed to be very careful. And here I think there is no fight window, because like they were probably like Vanquisher against Stormbreaker at that moment in the game. You're much weaker on the carry, especially since you're playing like Twin Blast against Drongo. Your Richter is also not having the ultimate, so you're much weaker also on the support side, so you should not force fight in that situation. I know you want to crash the wave, but there is not much to crash in that situation, unfortunately, because if you try to crash the wave, you're just dead. And that's exactly what happened there. And here I think we're going for like here 2 up for the time warp first in that situation for the side of Toasty. Picker keeping his farm up. We're getting like the moment the crests are starting to get finished, so we get the Phoenix on the Greystone, the triple life Greystone. And here we got the Ella Frost already completed as well. Second skill mail. We try to defend, and to be fair, the gank is from 2 bruisers, so getting heavy into physical armor is very strong. The Decker almost dying here, and also the Drongo almost dying. We can watch what was happening into the dual lane in that situation. I guess like probably a hook connecting. Yeah, we got the hook. Good stun. We got the skewer. It's not enough. 1 HP. People are rotating, they see that Bry is here, and so unfortunately it's not a pick, but we got two people that are forced back to base, so... And we got the cage, we got the hook, should be a kill on Bry. And actually the epoch is pretty strong and they still add everything on the dual lane, and so the rotation and very good counter engage, and in the end it's a 3-4-1. They tried to force the 4v3, it was good, but very well played by Lyconator and Toasty to rotate. They still add everything up while the dual lane already expanded everything. So true, they were kind of low on life, but if you get like the distraction and the enemy team use all of their cooldown on other people, then you can still engage into the fight. And that's something that you have to always ask yourself, is like, can I actually like navigate a team fight even if I don't have any life? And sometimes you can, depending on the angle and the approach you're going for. And so here, very great turnaround by the villains. Deja Vu a little bit overeager. I feel like they're always like lacking a little bit of damage on this side of the map from like how the early game has gone, and that's actually like costing like those kills. Like Toasty would have been dead if they had slightly more damage. Here probably like also Bry would have been dead, and suddenly like this engagement is completely different, and these Fengtus can probably go for Deja Vu. And now they have to be careful. Like now they're falling behind. They need to really respect that. And we do have the Phoenix being forced, so no Phoenix for the next 3 minutes 30. And Lauber is going to go for the dive, I think. Replay mode, bugging at the most important timing when we want to see the dive from Lauber going in with the bull rush. It's probably out of cooldown for very soon.
An allied tower is destroyed.
We got the kill. Mercy is here to counter gank though. We got a lot of damage onto Lauber and we should be able to trade that kill. Ooh, very good spacing by Mercy. Here you can see how he steps back. He still has the range for the auto attack to dodge the shield bash, and then he secured the kill easily. I think he would have secured the kill anyway. I don't know why Goosey go for that hook. Like Goosey need to really like realize when he has opportunity to go for hooks or not. Like here, even like I think even if Toasty is not immediately there, like he still lose the trade by a landslide. Like here, even if we don't get like Jay is in no position to fall, even if you go for skewer, because there is all those minions, then the skewer is going to end. Lyconator would have lost 30% of his health, and then it takes like a full all rusty rad run gag grenade shrapnel cannon combo. I don't think that killed him because he has raiment, but still like this hook is actually putting him behind. Like Goosey needs to stop going for those hooks. And then he's just dead, and now Jay can't play the really like the lane anymore, and they have like a full like minutes when this dual lane is no pressure on the map. Like as a Richter, landing a hook does not guarantee trade. That's really something that is something that we need to be careful about. So we got the flash, one more dagger should be enough. We get the pick. Minimap is now Christmas tree with inhibitors in the mid lane, so it's gonna be a little bit hard to pull up what is the structure here. We're trying to get something into the mid lane, but Toasty is here, and since like we have full pressure on the dual lane, Toasty doesn't need to stay into the dual lane, so he can apply pressure on, like he can be around for like any rotation from the enemy team. Goosey already like dead 4 times, and to be fair, 3 of those times was because he go for a hook that he shouldn't go for. And so that's just like character knowledge here that caused the death of Goosey in many scenarios. So I guess we're going for like steel main. I'm not sure what that is in terms of like itemization. Unfortunately, Lauber was like expecting to counter the engage with like the Decker coming, but the BKB jumped away. But now we do have the Decker, and we try to go for the wombo combo before he can use the ultimate, and very well played. Good chain CC. BKB gets surprised. He wasn't expecting the Decker to be there. And you remember what I said, like for me, Toasty able to be there at that timing comes down from the fact that Goosey has gone for that hook on the duo lane. And then that offer like all the pressure on the map, freeing completely Toasty for roaming around the map. And so you can see like this simple hook from Goosey has caused the life of Goosey, has stopped any aggression on the mid lane from the BKB rotation, and now has caused the life of BKB because Toasty is completely free to roam around the map with absolutely like no care in the world, because there is absolutely no pressure on the duo lane because of the previous play made by Goosey. And this is where you have to really understand as a MOBA, like seemingly like little decision, like trying to go for an ability in a certain situation can have huge ramification and open up the whole map. And that's exactly what happened here. Here Lycanator losing the trade kinda hard, but he got the ultimate out of Jay, but now he has to respect that. Bright get the kill onto Simba. We do have the Richter rotating, and they do find the pick on Lycanator. I think here like I don't know if the hook is connect, but I think we don't even need the hooks at that point. Ooh, but the hooks is going. He's trying to fight, deal as much damage as he can to Jay, so Happy Picker can then trade. Ooh. Happy Picker's dagger hasn't been like fully on point that game, unfortunately. And that was like a kill, but no, unfortunately, it's not. And this aggression is gone. Like if Happy Picker like connect the dagger, especially at the timing that the enemy team doesn't know he's here, so he can't even dodge. You need to land those daggers as a Kalari player. I will answer after the game carded, but I will give my thought on it. Just remind me after the game. And so we're looking at this mid lane aggression for now. We do have like pressure. The Fengtus is going to respawn, and trying to catch a little bit of damage onto BKB. We do have Lover arriving, get the stun in. They do find Lycanator in the duo lane. Now we have the ultimate, so they have to be careful because now they can get counter engaged. We still have one more life, and here like they spend a lot of resources onto that Greystone, forcing like Iggy and Scorch away. Happy Picker should be the next target here, trying to kill Simba. Unfortunately, we didn't protect Simba fast enough, so we do end up with Simba dying, but we still like find 3 picks overall. And here that was like kind of a gamble on the side of villains to try to get this Greystone pick, but if they don't manage to get the Greystone pick, they're gonna turn around and get absolutely like collapse on. But they still managed to get like 2 picks, and how Mercy died in the end? Why did Mercy die in the end? I thought they were like kind of good. Okay, fight is finished. Oh. The lazy back by Mercy. And so this whole good situation was a 3-4-1. They had priority on the jungle for like 20 seconds, and now they lose priority for the jungler for 10 seconds. Just because like of the lazy back of Mercy here. Like at least like hide behind a pillar or something. And now they're gonna lose the Fengtus simply because of that lazy back. You can see that the enemy team is going to trace for the mini prime, which is okay, but once again, like now it's second Fengtus, which means that at the 24-minute mark you need to be there for the third Fengtus. Do not offer like this free stat for the enemy team. But here we're just like trading Fengtus for mini prime. We get mini prime to BKB. And now we're going to get the big O prime spawning in 10 seconds. That could be like the next contention point, but team will try to find like an opportunity first. We can see that like BKB is going to try to apply some pressure. like applying pressure, trying to get rid of this mini prime basically. Simba unfortunately didn't connect with the seismic assault. And we force the ultimate, force the flash away from Lobber. No ultimate on Greystone. They still like try to focus very hard at removing that mini prime. So far it's not successful. Minimap is fixed, which is wonderful. So we get like 3 towers to only... Actually we get 0 tower on the side of villains. So in terms of structures, actually like Deja Vu is doing like a great job. Okay, the Riftwalker forcing the flash away from BKB, but now it's a kill. They do have to be careful here because they're getting like fully collapsed on. Very nice hook by Goosey, should be the death of Happy Picker. Oh, no, the spear miss. It's still a kill, but now we had to expand the flash of the Rictor and 30% of his health, which means that this aggression is a little bit more complicated to do. In the meantime, like now Jay is having a good time, forcing the shrapnel cannon. We missed the vortex grenade. So here, a little thing about that vortex grenade. I know it's a very fast situation, but... So here we have got shrapnel cannon, and so here what you want is that you want to aim your vortex grenade to the right of Laconator. Why you want to do that? Because here, if you manage to catch to Laconator, you're gonna win that trade. Like, to be fair, Laconator doesn't have shrapnel cannon. The right run takes for is on cooldown. Even all rusty double hit is not gonna kill you in that situation. So what you want is to be able to catch to Laconator. So you want to land the vortex grenade on the right of Laconator. So that means that if Laconator like run back, at the most like distance he can create between you and him, he's gonna hit by the vortex grenade. So if you want to stay alive, you need to dodge on the left, and that way then you can walk forward and catch to him. The problem here is we try to land the vortex grenade on the guy, and unfortunately now like Laconator can just like walk away. I'm still thinking he's gonna die probably, I don't know. But yeah, you need to cut him off exactly, because it's not about vortex grenade being like the kill, it's about vortex grenade like stopping the retreat pass, so then you get the kill in a different way. And here like Jay doesn't go for it. Now we use the Liberator, and in the end we managed to get the kill. Very well played. And so here we have like full control. That should be like probably yeah, I think they could simply like full reset and run to that R prime.
Allied towers.
And we got the tier 2 tower. Jay is gonna reset. Jay is going to be slightly later to that R prime, but I think getting the tier 2 tower here is fine. Also forcing like here we see that Happy Picker. Why we don't go for R prime? What are we doing? Why is Mercy like going to his red buff on that timing? Like, it was such a free R prime. I'm so sad. Like here, that was the moment for Deja Vu to fully get ahead in that game. And close it, basically, with the R prime. Their comp, they got like a huge momentum boost. They got like a lot of gold. They reset, spend, go for the R prime, and they're just like chilling. But no, I guess getting a red and a 2 camp is more important than getting an R prime. Like, I'm so confused here. Like, and they even reset, like, if you don't go for the R prime, at least take the tier 2 tower on the right side. Like, it makes absolutely no sense to me here. Like, for me, if they recall before taking the tier 2 tower, it's because they want to go for this R prime call. On top of that, some people will need to defend like the left inhibitor, and so that means that they're gonna walk, they're gonna be late, and they're gonna be late with not like a full force of 5 people. So yeah, big macro call miss here, and that's scary because like they were kind of even. That was like the moment for them to really like go ahead, and now like Grossi is going to die. Maybe not. Okay, it's fine, it's still alive. But it's a lot of pressure loss. Guillotine has been used though. Okay. Going to use the ultimate. Happy Pickers rotating. And we got the shield slam into the damage. And we got the Phoenix. Lover is at 1 HP. Simba is rotating. They do find maybe
Allied tower.
Happy Picker. They do not.
Allied towers destroyed.
Happy Picker is still at 1 HP. Ooh, he got the damage from that seismic assault with the combustion proc. Someone disappeared.
Enemy has fallen.
Oh, careful, Jay. BKB needs to be careful as well. It doesn't have ultimate. It doesn't have like a Phoenix.
Allied tower under attack.
Hook. Very good hook by Lucy here. That's a guaranteed hook because the rocket boots, but it's still like sometime on that angle, not super easy to land. Mercy died. How that happened? Like once again, like they got 2 picks. That was very well played. And what happened again? Like they got the kill. They're completely fine. Simba and BKB are not there. Why do they take this 3v3? You don't have to. Jay is not with them. Like Mercy flash in. Really? Please take a second to recoup with your team. They got like they're on Happy Picker. Here you're in a 3v3 at best. Jay was like kind of divided between where he should go. And suddenly like you flash in, you try to go in. Yeah, you get a triple cage, but the target is probably in that situation only the Decker, because you're not gonna be able to kill any of those 2 guys in my opinion. And also you're jumping in, and so the Inferno can just like push you away and the cage is gonna be lost. Yeah, you don't have the damage to fight that.
Enemy has fallen.
Like here it's not even miscommunication. Even with good communication, Cardit, you can't take that fight. Like even if Jay like run fully forward, like you can't take that fight. You don't you just need to take your like imagine here you take your W, the people that are low are resetting, the other people are zoning the enemy team. Yeah, but the thing, like what I'm saying, Cordit, is not a miscommunication because there is no window here. So even if you communicate correctly to go in, it's still the wrong decision. So it's not about communication, it's about like the decision making here. Yeah, I think after the double kill, maybe there are some people low, so if you want, the people low can just reset. But yeah, for me, you go all prime after the double kill. People were kind of healthy. Probably BKB reset because he doesn't have like health, he doesn't have stuff, but not even up needed. And here you get like probably the all prime. Also, you get the all prime. Why? Because they don't have Lobber as a front line to be able to step up. So it's a Decker, a Iggy and Scorch, and a Drongo that can like immediately get like CC by the Bellica one shot or hook by the Rictor. And so that was a free mini prime angle after the double kill. And after you get that, all prime, and after you get the all prime, then you get the primal. Well, not the primal, it's just a third Fang Tooth. And once again, that's a second all prime call that is dropped by the side of Deja Vu. I hope it's not gonna end up beating them because it's already like 2 all prime maybe dropped. Hello Simba. Thank you for the raid. Thank you. So we're watching one of the Scrim yesterday, the game 3 between Villains and Deja Vu. Like Simba said, it was like a lot of game played in a row, and it's a bit unfortunate because there was like already like 2 all prime opportunity that is completely dropped by Deja Vu. And now they will have to fight into that third Fang Tooth, but it's 25 minutes into the game. I don't believe they can arrive on time. And so that's gonna be the third Fang Tooth for the side of Villains. And like they're completely losing that mid game. And despite the fact that they're completely losing that mid game, they're still like in a dominant position because of the wrong macro calls on the side of Deja Vu. And so here we do have a fight, Lobber trying to create some space, everyone trying to disengage from the pit. We got a nice hook, that should be a kill onto the Iggy and Scorch. Everyone is kind of low on HP, Mercy needs to survive. We do have Simba 1 HP, we find a second kill. Lobber now is in the back line, but Mercy died once again. And now that means that this all prime was guaranteed if Mercy survived, but unfortunately did not survive. And so this all prime can still be done, but it's a little bit more risky. Mercy need to disengage slightly earlier in that fight to survive, and if he survives, then you can just like all go all prime and you're chilling. But unfortunately, here you still can go for it, but it's super duper risky against a Kalari, a jungle, and you need to be very... Like, you need to trust your team to be able to get the hook, vaporize, void bomb, combustion proc at the same time. And if you do that, you can still out-secure a Kalari, guillotine plus hunt. But, okay, BKB managed to reset here. Could have been a little bit scuffed, but it's fine. And so here, like, unfortunately, like, except like from Grucy going for a very questionable hook in the early game, like 3 of his deaths is because he hooked at the wrong timing, basically. Like the mid game has been playing super well in terms of like winning team fights and stuff, but then we don't like transfer those good plays, those good team fights into map momentum. And like what win games is MOBA is not like winning team fight. It's like it's not the stuff like it's the stuff after the stuff. Is once you win your team fight, you need to convert that into something else. That's how you win like MOBA games. And here, Deja Vu is not doing that for now. And like I said, they were dominating, but now they have to face like a third Fengtus, a triple Fengtus team, and that's gonna make it like even harder. And I hope it's not gonna end up like costing them the game, because they had their windows to win that game completely. And so here we go for BKB. We force the flash out of BKB, assault the gate away. We're trying to find something. We get the hook. We get the hook on the steel. We try to go onto the Iggy and Scorch. Everyone is fighting very hard. We get the Lober to get away. Shield slam defensively, so which is always a good thing. We got BKB jumping in. We got the containment fence to stop the aggression. And in the end, nobody's dying. It's just gonna be like a full disengage. But still, we got like some very big ultimate out of the side of well, we get the shield slam out. That's basically it. While we lost the skewer, we're going to try to go into Laconator. Laconator still has shrapnel cannon, I assume. He used the ultimate. The ultimate is a little... Didn't connect. Oh, we missed the spear. We got the flash. And 1 HP. And the ultimate is strong. They need to be careful. They need to protect Simba. Happy Picker is looking for the kill. He do find this dagger. And so they trade 1 for 1. So overall, nothing gained. We don't connect the hook onto Toasty. Happy Picker is still looking for the aggression. BKB is kind of low. It doesn't have ultimate anymore. They're looking for it. Maybe Phoenix is still up though. And he survived. It's a full-on disengage. Goose is trying to zone for BKB to be able to disengage. And a long-range Stasis bomb from Toasty. BKB realized and stepped on the side. And it's a 1-for-1 trade after this long extending engagement that started on the offlane. Primal Fangtus is respawning in like 1 minute. So we're gonna probably get a double objective, big objective situation here. Lober is looking for the trap onto Goosey, but in terms of farm, 30 CS down on the side of villains, but it's not that much at that moment in the game. We do get the Raymond Dynamo, and we're working towards the Frost Guard, I assume. King's Bed, and we're going probably for Absolution last for Jay. We actually are pretty ahead on Jay in terms of farm, as we can see. Like here, he's already finishing like 4.5 items, where like Laconator's only like it's a full item down, which is quite a lot actually on the carry roll at that moment in the game. So we're trying to find some aggression. Guillotine has been used already. So that means that now like the Bellica and the Twin Blast are way safer. So that's a W, even though like BKB took quite a lot of damage. We're looking at an engagement. Bry has very good like zoning control. So Jay and Sinbad can't really join that fight. So they do have to be careful on the side of Deja Vu, because like the simple Molotov, goo and everything can stop this situation. BKB is trying like to create some pressure. We kind of want to remove the bubble from Happy Picker, but we don't successfully do so. Lover is trying to going in, poking us with Mercy. BKB on the side. They're trying to find angles, like Simba get like half of the health of Toasty. And very... Ooh. We got the counter engaged by Toasty. That's gonna be the fight. They managed to get Laconator immediately because Simba get there. BKB is still in the back line. We do secure also Toasty. Bry is dying, but we kind of managed to delete Jay also. And now Mercy is at 1 HP. Mercy needs to stay alive if he can. Happy Picker do get the kill. I don't know what we're watching here, but it's still like here very well played by Simba. Simba is opening like all this situation by going onto the poke onto Toasty. And here they're trying to get for Happy Picker. I think you don't chase that ever. You just set up the follow-up. Oh, and now they can get engaged on, and Simba is going to die. And okay, we find a good skewer, so we save Simba. But I don't think we can like kill Happy Picker. It's so scuffed. You never chase Happy Picker. Like you get like a 3 kills for only 1. It's perfect. Once again, reset, go hit that R prime. I know Happy Picker is still alive, but you force a reset on Happy Picker as well, probably. Or he can stay around, but you do have the Bellica, you do have the Rictor to stop like the steal. And the steal doesn't have Shield Slam for quite a little bit of time. And so like, once again, third R prime dropped by Deja Vu. Like you never win that engagement without Jay. And you're not gonna kill anyone, and now I know you're a super tempo down, and that's gonna be R prime for villains. I have to admit, like I'm a little bit sad to see that, because Deja Vu is doing the great fight. Like here, Simba poking Toasty, and then how Goosey played that with not trying to go for the hook immediately, forcing like Toasty to juke around, but then he's completely separated for his team. Then Toasty tried to get the better out of the situation by trying to go for a counter engage, but the team is in no position on the side of villains to do that. And so this is perfectly played, and that end up in 3 kills for 1. As we have seen, it's very at the huge favor of the side of Deja Vu. But then once again, their decision to do the stuff after the stuff is not correct. And in this game, we have seen like 3 R prime being dropped because they don't go for it when they have the timing. And now they have to fight against a team that have like Primal Fangtus that are going to go for R prime. And with Primal Fangtus, I'm sorry to say, but they can't fight that. Unless like Laconator or Happy Picker like do a very, very dumb positioning mistake that Simba can one-shot them. There is nothing they can do. And so now they have to fight against double objective buff, and that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be super rough. And so like Deja Vu had this game in the back 3 times, and I think they're going to lose it in the end. So it's still like a good thing that basically against villains you manage to get in situation that you should be winning the game, but now you need to convert, because like it's best of 1 in a tournament. And so if you miss your opportunity when you can convert the game, that's something that people will end up regretting. Okay. Toasty? Question mark? What happened there? Oh, Toasty's on the ward. Yeah.
Has fallen.
That is like you're super squishy here We're going for the Spellbreaker, but Spellbreaker is not up, so...
Allied tower
no, they have a fighting chance now that Toasty is... that's questionable.
enemy has been slain.
BKB didn't manage to get his ultimate off, it seems. A little bit overzealous, I feel like. He's not that tanky, especially against like double like damage type. I guess like he's like Crystalline, Stonewall, Fire Blossom. He's not gonna be, and there is the steal that can zone the rest of the team, so he can't really go for that. And oh, very well played Gag Grenade. I think he can go for that if he managed to find like an ultimate. It's still like kind of complicated to go for. But very nice Gag Grenade, Shrapnel Cannon by Blakenator, salvaging that situation. Very good Seismic Assault. We do find Lobbers. Once again, very well played. So they're defending very, very well against that this double buff. Like the Primal is finished now. It's only the All Prime.
An allied inhibitor is under attack.
They're gonna secure the inhibitor though because everyone walked back to base.
An allied inhibitor is down.
I wonder if they fully need like it's a bit risky. You can lose the game on the spot, but at the same time. Okay, yeah, they're still on half HP. Did they finish the wave here? Like I kind of feel like you still need to stay for one more wave here in that situation. Simba is still pretty healthy and stuff. I don't know what is up on their side, but like I feel like at least like Lucy should probably like stay around. So like if Simba lands like a Seismic Assault, that's a kill.
Under attack. An allied tower is destroyed.
And we end up losing the inhibitor and the tier 2 tower. Still we survive this double like objective buff push, which is very nice. We survived that thanks to like it's a good play by Simba once again, like opening the match with like the Bellica one shot. But Toasty need to understand that as a decker in the late game, if you don't have your Spellbreaker against like a Bellica Rictor, you're not flanking. Because at any point you just get deleted. Like you're not tanky, you don't have like a tanky build at all. So yeah, you don't go for that flank. Ever. Like it can work, like don't get me wrong, it can work, but you don't need to do it to win that game. And if you do it, you offer a window of opportunity for the enemy team to punish you and stop you from ending up that game. So they're trying to apply pressure on this tier 2 tower on the right side. All Prime is not gone, I think. No, it's still up.
Allied tower.
Should be close to the end. So they're gonna secure.
Allied tower destroyed.
So who is facing Happy Picker here? It was Goosey and Jay, so it's fine.
Allied inhibitor is under attack.
We're not there to defend that. Simba is dead immediately. Yeah. That's a bit rough.
An allied inhibitor
And we
is
get the
under
flash
attack.
in Shield Slam by a Lobber. Simba is dodging that. He's flashing away, but this interaction is so bad in the game. Like you flash behind Lobber, but you still like get pushed back by the Bull Rush. I think like Simba is pretty sad about it, but he need to flash toward his teammate to be fair. Very, very hard to see though. And yeah, like here it's like a simple like small interaction that caused this whole team fight. If Simba flashed to his teammate, maybe there is like a shot at defending, but he flashed behind the steal and the Bull Rush still like brings him back. So I guess it's because he gets CC before, like this interaction is so weird, I feel like on the flash. BKB trying to duel against Happy Picker.
Allied core
Happy
under
Picker is
attack.
ha 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 ha, you jumped, I didn't jump. We got the Phoenix proc. And now BKB is going to die. Probably. We got all inhibitors. If we kill like BKB, now we can just like safely get into that primal. 2 people are dead in the enemy team, which the most dangerous character is Simba. Jay is also like pretty dangerous, but that's gonna be the primal. Then after the primal, they can simply reset, wait for the R prime, and then finish the game. And yeah, in the end, it's gonna be a W for villains, I think. And simply, yeah, like once again, like I said, it's a bit unfortunate. Deja Vu created their opportunities. They got their chance to win that game, but they dropped 3 times the R prime potential. And at that level, if you get 3 huge window of opportunity to get such a big objective, like at that level, you can't really afford that. And so here we don't even look around the R prime. We're trying to make a trap. Like the idea is the R prime is not up, so they just all group in that direction, hoping to find someone that will like face change that fog wall and try to punish them. But because like Drongo is split pushing on the left, that kind of sell it away. And so I guess they're gonna try to get the last inhibitor and then look to end the game with like 2 waves of minion pushing in. 3 potentially after the rest. I'll try to go for a long range stun, opening something. I think here you don't need to engage fully. I don't know what is the core HP though. Like I don't think you need to fully engage fully because they don't have any R prime, and you can simply like just like keep playing with the regen from the fountain, and then you're like completely fine. But here we're going in a little bit too much, and BKB is going to die. They tried like to engage that, but I don't think you need to engage that.
Killing spree.
Just like play slow, depush minion wave all the time. Like they have primal, true, but minions die just as fast, and they do have like Bellica plus Twin Blast to clear waves. But I don't know what was the core HP, to be fair, so... And here they fully go on the core and end up finishing the game. So, well played by villains. I think it was like their first set of scrims since the Lobber has come back from holidays. So they don't have a lot of time to prepare for the tournament. But I feel like they're kind of... got some like not so hard group D in a sense compared to like how group A is. And so like despite the fact that they don't have a lot of time to practice together, here also we have to keep in mind I think Lyconator was subbing for them. Normally it's supposed to be violence proficiency like their carry, so they didn't get like some practice with the carry. Still, I love how Deja Vu like managed to get some situation. I love how Simba has opened like so many team fight. I don't like how they press W so much in situation they shouldn't press W. I didn't like how Goosey go for hooks that are never good hooks in the early game. Like I said, like he died 4 times, like for the first 20 minutes of the game. 3 of those times is because of his own hooks. So he needs to really fix that, but otherwise the pick was completely fine. Villains, good rotation, happy picker. Slightly not perfect on the mechanics of the Calari, which dropped a lot of kill that would have allowed him to snowball pretty early. A few like positional error as we have seen, but in the end when they got the windows, they took them and they win the game convincingly at the end. While Deja Vu, like I said, macro is much better, but here like the late game decision making was a little bit rough. It was also their 6th game of the day, so in the end you start to get a little bit tired. It's very mentally consuming to go for scrims, and 6 games in a row is actually like a lot. But it was a great game nonetheless.